Good morning, bonjour, buenas. Welcome to today's session of Yoga with Sally. I'm just gonna natter for a couple of minutes because it always takes a couple of minutes for people to join the live stream. So I'm just going to waffle on while I wait for people to join up. Okay, so we're day 7 here in France of lockdown. So it will be a week tomorrow, midday. We've been so lucky with the weather. It's been absolutely beautiful. So we've really not got that much to complain about. Been out in the garden, inspecting our bees, and just the sunshine. My parents are actually off out in a minute to the shops. It's the excitement of their week. They're all excited and ready to go. I can see Michaela is watching. Hi, Michaela. Miss you. Right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about today's session. Today's session is going to be a Hatha Yoga session for improvers. So if you are a beginner, feel free to join in and just do what you can. The focus of today's session is balance. So we're going to be looking mainly at standing balances, but we will also, hopefully, if we have time, come on to a basic hand balance, arm balance. Hi Caroline, I've seen that you've come online. Hello, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, we will try to do a simple arm balance, which is called the crow pose, or we'll do the prep for that anyway. Right, there will be a couple of things that you will need if you have them available, and one of those things is a belt. I've got a martial arts belt here, but if you don't have something like that, then just any type of belt that you would normally wear on your trousers, or a dressing gown belt, something like that, or even the arm of a jumper is fine. The other thing that would be handy to have when we come on to the arm balancing is not Harry Potter, don't worry about that, is like either a yoga block if you have one. If you don't have a yoga block, you could use a thick book like this, or anything that's kind of firm and solid that you can just stand on. Okay. Hey Sharon! Right, let's come to our mat. Obviously a mat as well if you have a mat. If you don't have a mat at home, then that's no problem. Just use a carpeted area or a towel or something like that. So we're going to start off by coming to sit on the floor, on our mat if we have one. Sit comfortably. If you would like to sit on a cushion, feel free to do so. Sit with your legs crossed or your legs straight out in front of you, however you would like to. So we're going to start off by taking a few moments just to sit comfortably with our eyes closed, our back straight, and notice our breath. So at this time, we don't want to change our breath. We just want to notice our breath. Notice the sensation of breathing, your in-breath, your out-breath. Also notice how you're feeling, your state of mind, but do so in a non-judgmental way. Don't judge how you're feeling, just notice. Okay, now we're going to chant the Om sound 6 times, followed by Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So breathing in through your nose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, first we're going to practice pranayama, breathing practice. Now there are a lot of pranayamas that I am avoiding at the moment that involve you exhaling forcefully and potentially spreading germs all around the room, and also pranayamas that involve you touching your face. So we're just doing very simple basic pranayama at the moment. We're going to start off with yogic breathing. So sitting comfortably with your back straight so that your abdomen is unrestricted. We're going to breathe in a yogic way, slowly and deeply, in and out through your nose. Using your abdomen as well as your chest. So as you breathe in, really allow your abdomen, your tummy to come right out as your diaphragm pushes down, pushes your abdominal organs down and out. Let your chest expand to the maximum. And then when you exhale, really engage your stomach muscles, draw your abdomen right in, your belly button right in towards your spine. Let your chest really contract. And as you're breathing slowly and deeply in this way, try to see if you can breathe in an ujjayi way with ocean sound breath. So that you constrict the back of your throat, creating friction, which causes you to make a hissing sound, a bit like the sound of the ocean. This helps you to focus on your breathing, helps you to control your breath. Breathing in this way at this time is very important. We may feel, because we are stuck at home, maybe that we're starting to go a little bit crazy. Maybe your emotions are quite up and down. To be able to breathe slowly and deeply in this way helps to balance our minds, to calm our minds. So this session is about physical balance, but obviously also it's about mental balance, spiritual balance. Try to make your in-breath and your out-breath as slow and controlled as you can. Okay, now I'm going to say inhale and exhale. Try to match your inhalations and your exhalations to my voice commands. Try to match the length so that they last the length of the word. If I pause in between and say retain, hold your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Inhale. Retain. your natural breath. And now we're going to practice one round of breath hold. So take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose. And now on your next inhalation, take a deep breath and hold your breath. Relax your body and your mind. When you feel your diaphragm starting to twitch, when you have to release the air, try to do it slowly and controlled. And return to your normal breath, your natural breath. Okay, slowly opening your eyes. We're going to come up to a standing position now and do a basic all-over stretch before doing some sun salutations, some Hatha sun salutations to warm up our entire body before we then move on to some balancing asanas. Okay, so you might need to come up nice and slowly. We've been sat for a little while, so just give your legs time to wake up. Maybe give them a bit of a shake out. Hello, Ian. Okay, so we're going to come and stand, first of all, in mountain pose Tadasana, with our feet about hip distance apart, parallel with each other, and we're going to stretch our necks. So first of all, we're going to exhale, we're going to look down to the floor, tucking your chin down towards your chest, trying to bring your chin as close down to your chest as you can. And then we're going to inhale and look up to the ceiling, backwards if you can. Exhale, look down to the floor. Inhale, look up to the ceiling. Once more, look down to the floor as you exhale. And inhale, bring your head back. Okay, bringing your head back to center, looking forwards. We're now going to turn our head from side to side. So again, trying to do so with your breath. Inhale, exhale, turn to look behind your right shoulder. Try to turn your head as much as you can without moving your body. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale center, exhale left. Inhale, center. Last time to the right, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Okay, now bringing your head back to face forwards again. We're going to tilt our head from side to side. So trying to bring your ear down to your shoulder without lifting your shoulder up, trying to keep your shoulder down. So starting off with the right side. Inhale back to the center, exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right. Inhale center, exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right. Inhale center, exhale left. Okay, coming back to the center again. Now we're going to roll our heads a couple of times in each direction, so a full rotation. First of all, starting off by looking at the floor, rolling your right ear around to your right shoulder, up to look at the ceiling, left ear to left shoulder, and back to look at your feet again. Back in the other direction, left ear, left shoulder, up, right ear, right shoulder, and back down again. Once more in each direction. Good. Okay, I'm just going to try to open the Velux one window above me to let a bit of the... There we go. Oh. This is where you need to be a bit taller. Okay, no, can't do it. Okay, I'm just going to step forwards a little bit because we're going to do some arm rotations. So, just big arm rotations. Really reaching out as much as you can in each direction. And back the other way. Really try to stretch as much as you can. Really reach forward, really reach up, really reach back. Okay, a couple of arm swings. Okay, some slightly different arm rotations. Sharon's favourite, right arm up by your right ear and swimming backwards. And forwards. Okay, a couple of arm swings again. Now some hip rotations, so coming to stand with your feet slightly further apart, toes pointing slightly out, hands on your hips, and making big circles with your hips. Try to make those circles as big as possible. Try and keep your legs straight. And back the other way. And we'll keep on doing that. I am going to open this window. I'm going to stand on something. Oh yeah, that's better. Got a bit of fresh air coming into the room now. It's such a beautiful day outside. Okay, so after hip rotations, we're going to bring our feet back together again.
And we're going to lean forward, place our hands on our knees, and we're going to do knee rotations. So we're making circles with our knee. Now, this is a balance session, so let's try this. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes as we bring our knees to the front, and then as we straighten up our legs, then we come back onto the flats of our feet. So when you bring your knees forward, tiptoes. That's it. Just helping to warm up our knees, our ankles, and challenge our balance all at the same time. You can hear the birds singing outside, it's beautiful. Okay, and the dog barking. Okay, back the other way. Good. Okay, then now just coming to stand with your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes, standing as tall as we can. And back down onto the whole foot. Lift your toes up, leaving the rest of your feet on the floor. Inhale up, hold. Really engage all your core muscles to keep you steady. We'll be talking a lot more about that during today's session. Very important for balance. Okay, come back down, lift your toes up. And last time, come up right onto your tiptoes. And back down again. Lift your toes up. Perfect. Okay, next we're going to do 4 sun salutations and 4 moon salutations. So I'm going to talk you through them as we go. If you are using a mat, come and stand at the top of your mat. If you're not using a mat, then just make sure you've got enough space behind you for you to come back into plank position. So these are Hatha sun salutations. There are many versions of sun salutations, so we'll just follow through with each step. Okay, so first of all, standing in Tadasana mountain pose with your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, exhale, and bring our hands together in prayer position at our heart center. And then we're going to inhale, raise our arms above our head, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forwards, bending your knees if you need to maintain a flat back rather than rounding. Just let your head hang, your neck relax. Inhale, step your right foot back, knee down, foot down, look forwards. Hold your breath, bring your other foot back, plank position. Exhale, bring your knees down, your chest down, and your chin down, leaving your bottom sticking up in the air. This is called Ashtanga Asana, 8 points on the floor. The 8 points are your toes, your knees, your hands, your chest, and your chin. Inhale to Cobra, remembering to keep those elbows close into your body, those shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale to downwards facing dog. Remembering to bring your head down between your arms, to look up towards your belly button, bringing your bottom up and back, your heels down towards the mat. Inhale, bring your right foot forwards, foot down into low lunge, looking forwards. Exhale, bring your other foot forwards into forward fold. Inhale, reaching up, slight back bend. And now the same leading with the left. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, left foot back, knee down, foot down. Look forward, low lunge. Hold your breath, other foot back, plank position. Exhale, Ashtanga Asana, 8 points on the floor. Inhale to Cobra. Exhale to Down Dog. Inhale, left foot forwards, low lunge. Exhale, right foot forwards, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, right foot back, low lunge. Hold your breath, plank. Exhale, Ashtanga Asana. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, right foot forwards, low lunge. Exhale, left foot forwards, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Okay, last sun salutation, then we'll do 4 moon salutations. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, left foot back, low lunge. Hold your breath, plank. Exhale, Ashtanga Asana. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, left foot forwards. Exhale, right foot forwards, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, slight back bend. And exhale, your palms together at your heart center. Okay then, moon salutation is very similar, but we put a low crescent lunge in there rather than keeping our hands either side of our front foot in the lunge. We bring our arms above our head. We're also going to keep our toes tucked under. This helps to challenge your balance a little bit. Also to transition from downwards facing dog
to the low lunge. We're going to lift our leg out behind us into three-legged dog. Okay, so again, starting at the top of your mat. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, bring your right foot back, knee down, keep your toes tucked. Inhale, arms parallel, reach up. Hold your breath, bring your arms down, bring your leg back to plank. Exhale, Ashtanga Asana. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up behind you, keeping it straight. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right foot forwards, knee down, keep your toes tucked. Inhale, raise your arms, low crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands down, your left foot forwards, into forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Okay, let's go again on the other side. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, left foot back, knee down, keep your toes tucked. Raise your arms, low crescent lunge. Hold your breath, come back to plank. Exhale, Ashtanga Asana. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg up straight behind you. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your left foot forwards. Knee down, keep your toes tucked. Inhale, your arms up. Low crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. Right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Two more. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot back, knee down, arms up, low crescent lunge. Hold your breath, come back to plank. Exhale, Ashtanga Asana. Inhale, Cobra. Keep those elbows tucked. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, right leg up behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot forward, knee down. Inhale, arms up, low crescent lunge. Exhale, come into forward fold, bring your left foot forwards. Inhale, reach up, and last one. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, left foot back, knee down, arms up, low crescent lunge. Hold your breath back to plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down, Ashtanga Asana. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, your left leg up, straight behind you, three-legged dog.
Inhale your left foot forwards, knee down. Inhale your arms up. Low crescent lunge. And we're almost there. Inhale, right foot forwards, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Palms together at your heart center. And we're just going to take a little bit of a breather now. We should be nice and warmed up. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Okay, so balance practice. To have good balance, you have to have good, strong core muscles. Also, good, strong ankle and foot muscles. That's something that we don't tend to have in the West, where we wear shoes all the time. We tend to have quite weak foot and ankle muscles because our shoes do all of the supporting. We don't do it with our own muscles. So one of the things that we can practice or improve to improve our balance is to strengthen our foot and ankle muscles. One way that we can do that is to, like we were doing in the warm-up, is to come up onto your tiptoes and hold that position and come back down again. So you can practice doing that quite easily on a regular basis, particularly while you're at home at the moment. Of course, the other thing is to walk around barefoot as much as you can, so that you are actually supporting your own weight with your foot and ankle muscles rather than shoes doing it for you. So to start off with, though, we're just going to come up onto our tiptoes and we're just going to walk around the room, up on our tiptoes, up as high as we can go. Just walking slowly and try not to bang your head on the ceiling like I just did. Ow, got a very low ceiling here, even for a short person like me. Okay, so we're just strengthening those muscles in our feet and our ankles. Good. Just a little bit longer, just walking around on your tiptoes. Very worried about banging my head now. Okay, good. Just give your feet a little bit of a shake out. And now we're going to try to balance on one tiptoe. So what we're going to do is we're going to come and stand with our feet in Tadasana mountain pose. So your feet are about hip distance apart. By the way, it's best not to have socks on at the moment, okay? Because if you've got bare feet, you can really use your feet to grip the floor. You can spread your toes to increase the surface area of your feet. It really helps to improve your balance. So if you have socks on, I would take them off. So I'm just wondering whether it's going to be better for me to face to the side or face to the front, so you can see what I'm doing. I'll start off by facing to the front. So we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. Now really engage your thigh muscles, your abdominal muscles, your lower back muscles and your glutes, all your core muscles, to help to keep you steady and stable. Try to spread the toes on your feet so that you've got that nice stable base. And now get yourself in the right frame of mind, so deep, slow breathing. we're going to try to bring one foot out in front of us and balance on one tiptoe. So really, it's really difficult to talk through this and do it at the same time. Really engage your, help keep you steady. It's difficult, okay? Also try to look ahead of you at something that's not moving. It's in your eye line to help keep you steady. Also remember to breathe, okay? When we're concentrating, quite often what happens is we hold our breath. Just breathe slowly and deeply. Keep your mind nice and calm. Once you've managed it on one foot, then we're going to try to come to the other foot and balance on the other foot. Okay, so really pull yourself up tall. Another mistake that people make when they're trying to balance is they kind of like lean forward a little bit like this and they bend their knees. Actually, that makes you in a much weaker position. Really imagine someone's got a string on the top of your head. They're pulling you upwards by that piece of string. Good. So once you've done, try to have a couple of attempts on each foot. All my muscles are really engaged now to hold me steady. So remember, engage your core muscles. It's so difficult not to see what you guys are doing. Okay, good. Right, let's just take a couple of moments just to stand in Tadasana and take a few deep breaths. Okay, now we're going to try balancing on one leg and doing ankle rotations. This helps to stretch and strengthen our ankle muscles. Now, we can just stand if you want to with just your foot just slightly out in front of you, but try to challenge yourself a little bit more. Try to bring your leg up to around hip height and rotate your ankle, drawing circles with your big toe. Circles as big as possible. And back the other way. Good, and place that leg back down. Give your legs a little bit of a shake out. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, bringing your leg out in front of you, drawing circles with your big toe. And back the other way. Again, I've got all my core muscles engaged here to hold me steady. And look how I'm bringing myself standing up nice and straight and tall. Okay, and placing that leg back down. Give your legs a little bit of a shake out. Okay, next we're going to practice a standing balance called hand to big toe posture. And this is where your belt can come in handy. The full expression of the pose is, I'm just going to show you how I'm holding my toe. I'm going to hold my toe with my two fingers like this. I'm going to have so I'm starting off with my right leg out in front of me. I'm going to have my left hand on my hip. And I'll bring my leg out in front of me like this.
standing up straight. Now, obviously this is something that you need to work up to maybe. So let's practice coming into this position. First of all, we're going to hug our knee in towards our chest. So we're going to start off by standing on our left foot, so always make sure that you've got a firm foundation before you try to come into the balance. So with your left foot, make sure your left foot is facing forwards. You're spreading your toes so that you can grip the floor. We're going to engage our thigh muscle on this side, our core muscles, our abdominal muscles, lower back muscles, our glutes. Left hand on your hip and just hug your knee in towards your chest, in towards your abdomen. Again, just notice how I'm standing up nice and straight and tall. I don't want to be leaning forwards like this, rounding my back and bending my knee. I want to have this knee straight, out in hyperextension, but it should be straight. And engaging that thigh muscle, remember, standing up nice and straight and tall, looking forwards, focusing on something that's not moving to help keep you steady. Good, and lower that foot back down to the mat. We're going to try that now on the other side. So you're leaving your right foot on the floor, making sure that you've got a stable base with your right foot. Keeping your mind calm, okay? And also, obviously you should be engaging your muscles, but you shouldn't be really, really tense, okay? So you want that balance, okay? The session is all about balance. You want that balance between engaging your muscles and still remaining relaxed. So now bringing your left knee up, my right hand is on my right hip. Good, and release that leg. Okay, so now we're going to take our belt and we're going to use our belt to help us extend our leg out in front of us and keep it straight. Because as well as the strength in your muscles to be able to hold this balance, you need to have flexibility in your hamstrings and the muscles at the back of your legs and also your lower back and your glutes. So you may need to take time to build that up. So, good old belt. We're going to wrap the belt around our right foot and we're going to bring both sides of the belt together and take them both in our right hand. Okay, and then we're going to straighten our left leg, straighten our right leg, bring our right leg out in front of us. My left hand is on my left hip. And again, notice how I'm standing up straight and tall, engaging all of my core muscles, looking straight ahead of me, focusing on something to help keep me steady, breathing in a controlled way, in a steady way. Okay, good. So just see how long you can hold that for. And we're going to practice with the other leg as well. Notice if you are better at balancing on one leg than the other leg. Okay, so now taking your belt, wrapping it around your left foot, bringing both sides of the belt together, taking them both in your left hand, straightening both your legs, right hand on your right hip. Good, and slowly release. Now if anybody can, if they have the flexibility in their hamstrings, then you can try the full expression of the pose, taking hold of your big toe, so bending your right knee, bringing your foot up so you can take hold of your right toe, and then straightening your leg out in front of you. Now the important thing is, when you're doing that, is that you shouldn't be curved forward like this. You should have a straight back and have your leg out in front of you. So if that means for now that you keep on using your belt, that's good, okay? Always just slowly build up to things in yoga. Okay, but if you can, you do the same thing on the other side. Just going to turn around to, so you can see that, see how straight my body is. Good. Okay, so that's something that you can practice. Next, we're going to practice a classic yoga pose, which is tree pose. Okay, so everybody's probably seen tree pose, even if you haven't practiced it before. It's where we have one leg bent, the sole, that foot on the inside of the opposite thigh, and then we have, I've got a very low ceiling here, but we have our arms stretched up above our head palms together. So again, it's something that you can work your way up to. To practice for tree pose, you're going to need to increase flexibility in your hips and strengthen the muscles in your legs. So if you don't at the moment to be able to bring your leg into this position, we can start off by just placing the sole of our foot on the inside of our calf muscle. Really important, I'm really engaging my thigh muscle here, my glutes, my lower back and my abdomen to keep me stable and upright. I'm going to start off by bringing my hands into prayer position at my heart center, and also remember to pick a point in front of you, something that you can focus on that's not moving, that will help to keep you steady. And always remember to take time to establish your stable base before you come into the pose. Okay, so that is the way to practice tree pose initially. Then you can also, leaving the sole of your foot on your calf, in this position we can then practice trying to raise our arms above our head, keeping your balance that way. So you can practice that on the other side as well. And then as you gain flexibility in your hips through other asanas, we will be doing a joint mobility and stability session. Then you can start to bring your foot higher up your leg. The important thing is that we never place the sole of our foot over our knee like this, okay? That puts a lot of pressure on the knee, we could injure our knee. So we want to go from this position to be able to be in this position. The other thing we can use again is our belt to help to keep our leg up. So I might wrap my belt around my ankle and use just one hand to hold on to the belt and keep my leg in position, and then maybe just do like a half prayer position with my hands, just to keeping my leg higher up, my foot higher up my leg. Okay, so just keep on having a bit of a practice on each side of tree position, tree pose. Remember breathing slowly and steadily. Okay, God, today's session is going really quickly. We're actually coming towards the end of the session. We've got time for a few more. As I say, we're going to try to do the prep for crow pose at the end of the session. Just a bit of prep to show you how you can start to build up the strength and flexibility for your first arm balance. Okay, but next we're going to try to do warrior 2 into half moon pose. So just watch me a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to come into warrior 2. So standing facing the side of your mat, bring your feet apart so that you feel a decent stretch here in your hips, in your groin. Your toes should be ever so slightly turned in, ever so slightly pigeon-toed. First of all, we're going to turn our right foot out to face the top of the mat, leaving our left foot to face the side of the mat. And we're going to bend our left knee so that it's in line with our ankle. Inhale our arms up to shoulder level, warrior 2 position. Looking towards your right fingertips. Now this is a really good strengthening asana for our leg muscles. Really important for good balance. So although this may not be a balance on one foot, it still is. You're still balancing, your feet are in line, and also it's really helping to strengthen the muscles. That's going to help you to balance steadily. Now what we're going to do to come into half moon pose, we're going to keep our right knee bent, and we're going to bring our left foot a little bit closer in towards our right foot. Now you might want to use a block or a book at this point. I haven't got one here with me, but you can place like a block down in front of your foot so that you don't have to reach all the way down to the floor. I'm going to reach all the way down to the floor now. I'm going to bring my fingertips to the mat, just out in front of my foot and slightly to the right, so slightly to the outside of my foot. Now I'm going to try to keep my hips open. So I'm going to open my hips out to the side. I'm going to bring this left leg up to about hip level, and I'm going to bring my other arm, my left arm, up towards the ceiling so it's in line with my right arm. Again, it's a balance. Make sure that you're looking at something in front of you that's not moving to help keep you steady. Now notice that my hips are opened up to the side. I haven't got my hips facing down towards the floor. I'm opening my hips out to the side. So as I say, it might help to have a block, a thick book, something that you can place on the floor so you don't have to reach all the way down to the floor. Okay, and now bending your right knee, lower your left foot back down to the floor. Give your body a little bit of a shake out. And we're going to try to do the same thing on the other side. So bringing your feet again apart, about 4 feet apart, 5 feet apart. Toes just ever so slightly turned in, pigeon-toed. This time we're going to turn our left foot out to face the top of the mat. Bend our left knee so it's in line with our left ankle. Inhale your arms up to shoulder level, warrior two. Okay, so let's remain here for a few moments. As I said, very good for strengthening your leg muscles. When we're in warrior two, remember that we should be opening up our chest and our upper back, so really reach out to the left with your left fingertips, really reach out to the right with your right fingertips, so it's a feeling as if someone's pulling you apart. Okay, now we're going to go for half moon pose. So, keeping your left leg bent, place your block or book. Oh, I do have this book here, so you, for example, you could place your book like there at the top of your foot so that you don't have to reach all the way down to the floor. Bring your right foot in a little bit, looking at the floor. Bring your left fingertips down to the floor or your book or block, just to the outside of your foot, a little bit in front of your foot. And now bringing your hips open to the side, your leg out straight, your other arm up straight so that it is in line with your left arm. Again, remember, engage these muscles in your leg to help keep you steady. All of my core muscles are engaged. Breathing steadily. Okay, and exhale. Lower your right foot to the floor. And just give your legs a little bit of a shake out. Give your whole body a little bit of a shake out. And we're just going to end the session today before Savasana with prep for crow pose. I'm just going to show you crow pose, but probably you're not going to want to actually attempt the actual pose today. We're just going to practice the prep for it. So crow pose is where we place our hands about shoulder width apart, spread the fingers on our hands so we've got a wide, stable base, and then we bring our knees onto the outside of our upper arm, and we balance on our arms, bringing our feet up behind us. Okay, it looks more impressive than it actually is. It's one of the easiest arm balances. A little bit of practice every day, you'll be able to do it in a month. I guarantee you. Okay, so to practice for it though, what we can do is we can use our book or our block. And this is just going to help to bring our feet into position for crow pose without actually having to balance on our arms, without having to take. We can stand on our book or our block. And then we're going to slowly bend our knees and bring our palms down to the floor in front of us. Now, I've brought my knees wide so they're on the outside of my arms, okay? So not on the inside of my arms like this, on the outside of my arms. So this book, standing on the book or your block, just gives you the position for crow.
because also we need to have a little bit of flexibility here in the hips and the upper back and shoulders to be able to achieve this position in the first place. So we're just going to practice holding that position. Now place your palms on the floor and spread the fingers on your hands so that you do have that stable base. And what you can do now is just practice shifting your weight a little bit more into your hands. So we're still keeping weight on our feet, but we're just putting a little bit of that weight forward into our hands. So just practice doing that. If you practice doing that every day, then you're helping to stretch the muscles that you need the flexibility in to be able to do the pose. The other thing that you can practice to prepare yourself for crow pose is to just come into the position for crow pose. So you squat down on the floor with your hands about shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers on your hands so you've got a really nice stable base. Your knees should be apart so that they're on the outside of your upper arms. And now we're not actually going to take any weight. We're not going to take all of our weight onto our hands, but we're just going to practice taking a little bit more weight onto our hands. So we're still keeping the toes on the floor and we're just leaning forward some weight onto our hands. And again, you can practice this for weeks, just doing this so that we're building up the strength of our wrist, the muscles around our wrist. That's helping to support us. And then slowly from this point you can start to maybe lift one foot, one toe off the floor, the other toe off the floor. The other thing which is a little bit scary is you're worried about hitting your head on the floor. So you can always put a cushion, underneath your head to just allay any fears about that, just to calm your mind. And just slowly, always with yoga, building up nice and slowly. You might just suddenly take, just one toe off the floor, then the other toe. And then all of a sudden you'll realise, I just took two toes off the floor and quickly back down again. And you can slowly build up the length of time that you can hold the pose for. Okay, so that's crow pose. Okay guys, it's coming up for 11:20, so now we're going to take the Savasana and a very short meditation period at the end of the session. So, Savasana, let's, if you want to put any socks on, any jumpers on, blankets over you to make yourself comfortable for relaxation, then please do so. So we'll do just over 5 minutes Savasana and then just under around 5 minutes meditation. Okay, so coming into Savasana, laying on the floor with your feet apart, your heels coming towards the corners of your mat. Just let your toes, your feet relax, let your toes hang out. Your arms out away from the side of your body slightly with your palms facing up. Close your eyes. Do a scan of your body. Make sure you're not holding any tension anywhere in your body. Relax. Make sure you're not holding tension in your face. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Feel the weight of your body on the floor. Feel as if you're sinking into the floor. Take some deep breaths.
attention back to the room, back to your body. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Bring your legs together, reach your arms up overhead and stretch, pointing your toes, reaching right up, trying to make your body as long as possible. Now relaxing your arms, bending your knees. Roll over to one side, remaining on your side for a few moments. And then trying to keep your eyes closed, semi-closed. Use your palm to push yourself up slowly to a seated position. Any comfortable seated position. We're just going to spend a few minutes in meditation. Not long. This morning we don't have long left of the session. Of course, you can continue on afterwards if you would like to. So remember, we don't have to sit in a cross-legged position, only sit in a cross-legged position if you're comfortable doing so. You could sit on a cushion, you could sit with your legs straight out in front of you. Try to sit with your back straight. Close your eyes or cast your gaze down at the floor in front of you. Focus on your breathing, noticing your in-breath, your out-breath. When thoughts enter your mind, as they will do, just notice them, let them go, return your attention to your breath. Okay, join me in chanting Om 6 times, followed by Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. This video is going to remain up so you can keep on practicing. I will also be putting it up onto my YouTube channel. You can find my YouTube channel, the address on my Facebook page. So please feel free to practice them at any time. I hope that everybody has a absolutely fabulous day. Again, the sun is shining well in France, that we have this amazing weather during this period of social retreat. Let's not call it isolation, let's call it retreat. So guys, just enjoy. If anybody's feeling a little bit stir crazy, feeling a little bit lonely, then feel free to FaceTime me, to call me anytime. Can't guarantee I'll have much interest in conversation because I'm not going out and doing anything, but you know, I'll give it a go. Okay, everybody. Mwah. Take care, love you all, miss you all, miss spending time with you guys in class, but let's keep this going, and hopefully we will see each other again sometime soon. Love you all, bye bye.